Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Wow, what a morning. I'm so sorry about this. Both Sharky and I experienced some major broadband issues this morning. If you see what I was doing, fighting in the background to ensure I'm on. But anyway, good morning, everybody. Let me just say good morning to the chat room, first of all, while Sharky's doing some stuff in the background there. So everybody's on this morning. Looks like I've missed a load. So good morning, Sugar Sweet. Good morning, Skank Stress. Radio with Ryan. Nice to see you again, sir. Lovely Lee. And the Duchess is on. Lisa, I hear that that you was around on Saturday night, but I didn't get to see you. Should have waved. Brown A. King, good morning. Verona, it was good to see you on Saturday. Also, good morning. Laurie, Susan Simpson, Melly Mel, Jack's happy. Always good to see you, Pearl Lady. So I've said my good mornings. Now, we haven't got any music for the meantime, so I'm just going to have to just do some of the news here for you guys. Now, I don't know if you saw the viral video that was going around last week. It was too much fun. I happened to see it by chance before it hit mainstream news, and I'm sure this has happened to the best of us. But this lady was locked out of her house. Her and her friend or her aunt or her sister were trying to get back into the house, and she had to climb through the window. And it was a series of events that happened. And this obviously is morning breakfast show. There is a little bit of revealing of the upper area regions that had been exposed. But let me know if this has happened to anybody. Well, I've got to do it, haven't I? Do another option. You're just Kate to push me, you. You're going to have to be close for us somehow. You're going to have to do it. Yeah. Ready? I can't stand on your back. I'll break you. Let go. Okay, I'll do it again. Okay, good. That's it. I can't breathe. So this video went absolutely viral, and you know this lady and her friend, made the morning news all last week. They've become absolutely famous just for showing her breasts sliding down a window, which was way too funny. Now also the friend that you saw there that was actually laughing, she actually revealed in the papers that she actually wet herself. She was laughing so much because they were dying to get in the house to go toilet that she literally wet herself. And so that's a lesson for us all. And she said now, when she was interviewed afterwards, she was carrying the keys around her neck. She said they're never going to be, they're never going to leave here. So this poor lady has definitely learnt her lesson. I can see Willow. You're going to come up, Willow. She's definitely learnt her lesson. Wear a bra or wear something else underneath if you're gonna slide down a window. Oh my God, the poor lady. But anyway, talking about programs, all right, and I'd always do my kind of film roundup. There's a couple of programs that I've watched over the last couple of weeks that I've got to allude you guys to. Now, the first one is called Deep Fake Neighbor Wars. Now, I never watched the original program, Deep Fake. Say hello, everyone, to Willow. And I don't know if anyone watched it. It was late night one day, and I had the TV on. Deep Fake Neighbor Wars, it's called. You've got to watch the program. Now, it's on the premise of using AI technology and using celebrities. Okay, so they AI the celebrity faces onto well-known impressionists, and they do the fake voices and everything, but the face actually looks like the actual celebrity. Willow is fighting in my lap here. And they just act like they're normal neighbours in their normal lives, living on council house estates or people doing weird things. But it actually looks so real. It's unbelievable. Now, I have this ad to quickly show you exactly just a little bit about deepfake. And if you haven't watched it, download it somewhere. Watch this.
Technology, incredible.
right, all right, all right. Now we are having fun.
How real does that look, huh? Deep fake. Now you saw Stormzy in there, you saw Adele, you saw Ariana Grande, Kim Kardashian, Tom Holland, and they look like that's person. The episode that I actually watched had Rihanna in it, and it sounded like Rihanna. I had to double take. I was thinking, what's Rihanna doing in London in a council house estate? It actually looked and sounded like Rihanna. Deep fake neighbor wars, and they fight each other. They have almost like real life neighbor issues, but it's a great program. You've got to watch the program. Now, one of the other programs, hopefully that Sharky may come back soon, otherwise I may have to inject music. One of the other programs I watch, in fact it's not a program, it's a film. And the film, it's a new film that's just been released this year, and it's called The Beekeeper, starring Jason Statham. And I'm not a huge fan of his, but he is a good action man kind of in the movies. And Felicia Hyman is in it, the lady that was on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. She was the mum. She plays a small role in it, but she, at the very least, a significant role. And it's all about scamming. And Jason Statham seeking revenge on this company scamming this young lady of all her money because she killed herself. Now, in the beginning of the film, it shows how the scammers are so sophisticated. It's a multi-million-dollar business, this scamming business. And what they do is, we see it all the time. We've got our internet up. Suddenly a page will flash saying you've got a virus in the internet. Click here in order to fix it or to get your speeds up. And she clicked on it. And it rang into a call center, and the film shot behind what was happening in the call center. And it shows the sophistication of him reeling her in, getting access to her computers, access to all her bank accounts, and he emptied the lot. Now, I'm not going to tell you too much else about the film. I'm nearly spoiled the story, but it is actually in, if you look it up, it tells you about the film. But it's a serious film, and it's one to kind of like make you understand how sophisticated it is out there. And we really, really, really have to educate our parents, especially the older and the most vulnerable of our families out there, because they just know all the lines, all the tactics, what to do, and how to just make it so simple. And like I said, I don't want to give away too much of the story, otherwise I'll be giving off the film. But it is a good film. It's a very good action film. If you want to see some action and you want to see some proper killings, you've got to watch The Beekeeper. Honestly, it's in my top 10, I would say. Acting,
Issue, but
not so much.
never mind. So managed to sort it out in the end.
Listen, all sorts of things was happening to me. My internet issues, and then Willow started to. She wanted to fight me to sit on my lap. Here she is. She didn't want to get off. Tail was coming through the screen as I was trying to talk. She's just been a little madam this morning. Yes, you
Wow.
are.
And mine is
We were just talking about some films that I was reviewing this morning, so I hope you guys lock onto that and try and watch a couple of those programs, specifically Deep Fake, Neighbour Wars, and The Beekeeper. Will you stop it, young lady? Anyway, just a bit of gossip before Sharky plays some more music. So, Jennifer Hudson. Now, I'm a little bit upset because I didn't know this gossip. I really, really didn't. Now, Common is my boy. He's my husband, by the way. Those of you that don't know, Common is my husband. Now, Common was dating Tiffany Haddish for a little while, for a couple of years, and they broke up, citing, work differences and everything. He's now dating, and he's notoriously, he's not a womanizer, but he hasn't settled down. So he's now dating Jennifer Hudson. And he came onto her show, and all, he said, she's saying, "Are you dating?" They hug each other, and Tiffany Haddish is not too happy. So you gotta watch some of her Instagram feeds to what she's saying about him and everything. It's too funny. But Common's saying that he might settle down with Tiffany Haddish. She would kill me. Jennifer would kill me if I said that. But Jennifer Hudson, it seems like they're a little marriage made in heaven. Who knows?
Birthday.
Who knows? Who knows?
Well, see what happens, innit? See what happens. I really don't know too much about that circle, but it sounds like it's a bit of a what do they call it? Situationship. That's what it sounds like.
It was for sure. So anyway, we wish them luck. Jennifer Hudson, Common. Let's see how long it lasts. Some of these celebrity relationships don't stand the test of time, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's see what's in store for them. Let's hope so. Fingers crossed.
So good morning. I want to say good morning to Susan. There's a few people that said good morning to me this morning. Melly Mel, how you doing? Melly Mel, Scatry Pearl Lady, long time. Good morning to you. And who else is there? Laurie, good morning, Laurie. Verona Green and Dee Brown. Yes.
You've got a lot of noise in the chat room. DJ Lady T33 is absolutely loving that track. So was I, actually. I was sitting there thinking, you're going to have to send me this track. And she's saying she would like the track, so you're going to have to get in touch with Sharky DJ.
Well, it's called Bout Your Love by Too Rude, spelled the number 2 Rude, and that's Glenn Lewis. Bout Your Love.
There you go, DJ Lady T33.
And you can type that in Spotify and you will find it.
Thank you. I'm going to look for that as well. Everybody else is as well going to be taking that tune. And Susan Simpson said, it's just throwing out my messages before I finish typing them. Mixcloud backside on these Monday mornings. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. And thank you very much, Susan. Yes, we have experienced some issues this morning. Now, the other people that are experiencing issues are the people that have missed the self-assessment deadline from HMRC. That was January the 31st. You were all to set up and do your self-assessments. Otherwise, you would incur an automatic fine of £100 come the 1st of February. And then £10 a day after that, I think.
Wow.
Towards the end of February, start incurring a daily charge. Now, it says that more than 475,000 people will miss that deadline from HMRC.
I'll tell you what, I'm so glad I've getting into this tax business and I had to start doing mine, as you know. It's like a nightmare. It's like, you get frightened the way that these tax people chase you for money. You can't mess about with their money. You got to do it from early.
You do, and those people that leave it till November and December, that's not good, because if you have got issues, you're going to imagine that the HMRC telephone lines are going to be inundated. It didn't help that HMRC decided to announce on the 11th of December that they were reducing their helpline. So anyone ringing in then, and you can imagine thousands of people will be ringing in every day. To try and sort out any issues. Now, remember I reported a few weeks ago before, just after Christmas, that people were filing their self-assessments on Christmas Day and Boxing Day. So I understand why, because they're probably thinking, well, not many people will be doing this, so let's get this in here now. But there was a fair few thousand people trying to do their self-assessments on that day. Luckily, I did mine early. So the moral of the story, people, is don't leave these till the last minutes.
Do your self-assessments nice and early.
Do them nice and early. Get your queries out the way. We know these telephone helplines are a nightmare. I was going through to my bank the other day because I'm in cahoots with them. I had to go through 6 different, when they say press 1 if you want customer services, press 2 if you have this query. And 6 different things I had to press. By the time I got through to someone, it was about 25 minutes later. I cannot believe that I have to do that. And I think companies are making it more and more difficult for you to get hold of them on the telephone line. Has anyone ever noticed that? That when you ring somewhere, it's near impossible to speak to someone. They put you through a maze of different automated systems.
Absolutely not an absolute nightmare. It is such a nightmare.
And a question for everyone out there. For those specifically who have Sky, if you don't have Sky logged on your number, I dare you to try and find the Sky customer service number on the Sky website. Don't search it in Google, right? Go into Sky, say you want some help and say I want the contact number, and let me know how well you do. We're full of compliments this morning. It's good news this morning, I hope. Fingers crossed, I'm trying to bring good news. So there's a couple of bits and pieces that I'm going to bring in that's quite informative, people. So please stay locked. Now, last week I spoke about Range Rovers, them being literally uninsurable. One couple had a £14,000 quote for their Range Rover, literally because they are the most stolen cars within the UK. So insurers are raking up the prices. So beware of those of you who want to buy Range Rovers. Now, Range Rover have actually looked into this issue, and they said that they have given security updates, which will make the car a little bit more secure. So they're encouraging all Range Rover drivers to get these security updates to stop people getting into that technology. Now, what they're saying is the vulnerability is the Bluetooth systems that people can get into, and that overrides the car security systems, and that's what allows them to get in. So their Bluetooth is quite vulnerable. Now, the other car where the Bluetooth is vulnerable, I can't remember, I think they said Tesla. So Teslas are almost, they've got very advanced technology, and they're very vulnerable to keyless entry hacks. And so they are a target. I don't know how much of them they're hacking into at the moment, but they are being targeted next after the Range Rovers. So, you know, for those who looking to get a Tesla, and how much are those cars, by the way? I heard they're very, very expensive cars.
I know the most expensive one's about like 100 grand or something like that. But now it's about 40, 50 grand for the cheapest one. But you can get the smaller ones, which maybe, I know they were meant to start around 30,000 or something like that, but they are expensive cars.
I don't even like the Teslas. I think they're ugly cars. Who wants
I
a
used to
Tesla?
love them. I used to want one.
I don't like them. Not at all. But I'll tell you who we used to like. Who did we used to like, you know, way back in the 80s, that infamous show.
Oh,
God, there could be...
Ford Cortinas.
I'm talking about a particular show and a particular actor that was in a show. So I'm going to do a little bit of, you know, there and now with two particular people.
Who did I used to like? I'll tell you one of the programs I used to like. I used to love the A-Team. Barrack. Oh my gosh. That's a good guess. Oh my God. Is that him now?
Yeah, that was, who was it? Mr. T, wasn't it?
Mr. T, yeah.
Mr. T. So Mr. T in his heyday just had this
Wow.
Mohican, remember? He had this wonderful Mohican. I wonder if that was glued on, you know. It looks like it's glued on. But yeah, with all the chains. I don't know how he used to walk
Wow.
around with all those chains, but look at him now. Complete difference, isn't it? It
But you
just,
can imagine if anybody got their hands on those chains, it must be worth a pretty dollar now.
I wonder if he's skint because that T-shirt's got holes in it and his trousers are dirty. Now, either he's doing some work.
It looks like he's doing work, actually.
Yeah. He's still got one of those kind of like metal bracelets on his arm. I wonder if it's not the same gold one because it's on a different arm in the picture. But, yeah, Mr. T.
But you know what?
Completely different.
Sometimes you really need to find out about these pictures because the press, you know, if he's doing work, the press will make it look the picture the worst ever, you know, when they capture these guys. So, you know, but he does look. I mean, he's quite old now, isn't he? So yeah,
He is
you
very
know,
old. He is.
couldn't walk around with all that chain, not in this day and age.
No. So I'm going to find out a little bit about him. Apparently, he's a deeply religious man now. So, yeah, and he says the reason why he wore the gold chains is because when his ancestors were brought from Africa, they were shackled in chains. And it was his symbolism of what they actually went through to show all the chains, you know. But he said he turned the steel chains to gold to symbolize that he's still a slave, but his price tag is actually higher. So I like that. I do like that. I do like that, Mr. T. I didn't actually realize that until I was just reading up about why he wore all those chains. And not a lot of people knew that. They didn't advertise that on TV. They just made it look like he was a man that just wore all these gold chains unless you were kind of listening into interviews with him. So, you know, there were some artists that were, you know, akin to what happened to our ancestors and you know, bearing homage to that also. So good on you, Mr. T, for that. His price tag is certainly higher than that of a slave. But he experienced a life-changing event in 1995. He was diagnosed with lymphoma and he underwent several rounds of chemotherapy. He went on to have a full recovery and he said based on that experience he found his faith in God and you know, and has drawn upon it from there. And now he's a man of the Lord, a man of the church.
Excellent. So should many people be a man of the Lord. Do you think not? Sore subject.
And good morning, everyone who's on FET 5000. I do like that name, FET 5000.
Yeah. Some people do make up some lovely names, you know, and they don't go with their slave names. They've got like a different name. Like yourself, HPQ.
Oh, thank you. And they say that Mr. T stood for Mr. Tough, you know.
Oh, right. Okay.
Stand for a tough guy. No one would actually mess around with him.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing. Now, I was talking about there and now with some people. Do you remember, so Michael Jackson's children?
Oh, yes.
So So we have.
You crack me up, you know. You do dig up the past and say, right, let's see what they look like now. Okay.
I know. It's interesting. So I look back on some of my younger pictures, you know, we do look different. So
Yeah, defo.
these are his three kids. I cannot remember the names of his three kids, but the middle one, his name was Blanket. Remember Michael
Oh
Jackson?
yeah, Blanket. Yeah.
Nicknamed him Blanket. Well, what does Blanket look like now? He's largely kept out of the news, kept out of the spotlight. His older sister has been in the news. She's had tattoos, had issues, has been in rehab and everything. The other brother
wow.
we haven't heard about, but Blanket has definitely been undercover. So what does Blanket look like now? It's uncanny. It's uncanny. Do you want to see
Let's
what
have a
Blanket
look.
looks like now?
Let's have a look.
Which one's Blanket?
I
Which
would
one
say
looks like Michael Jackson?
I would say the one on the right hand side, definitely.
Absolutely. That is. He's now called BG or Biggie.
Biggie.
And yeah, that's what he's
Biggie,
now
Biggie.
known as.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's him. That's an uncanny resemblance, isn't it?
Yeah, he looks like his dad. Definitely.
He does. He does. He really
He does.
does.
He does. He looks like his.
I can look
he
at that
does look like his-
again. He does, doesn't he?
him look like him Papa
As they say,
in Jamaica.
it looked like him, Papa.
He looked like him Papa, yes.
Jack's Happy said, wouldn't you keep out the limelight with a name like Blanket?
Could you imagine the school, like everyone coming out with a blanket and just saying,
Oh, don't be wicked to the poor chappie. But on a last note, before we go to a next track, and after the track, I think after the top of the hour, I'm going to start talking about, as we know, the prices are rising. Council tax is rising, our water bills are rising. So I'm going to bring you some details about the rates of which water is rising in which counties. Also some tips on how to save water. I've got a website where you can get some free goodies. I've ordered mine already, so I know it's real. And talking about the price rises also. We'll do that after the top of the hour. But as you know, I am a Team U fan.
you definitely, you are, yeah.
I'm at the top. Getting all kinds of gadgets and things. It's absolutely brilliant. Honestly, it is. I can't remember what it was. And I think my sister would say, where'd you get this? And I was like, Team U. From Team U.
You know, I have to check that out, sometime. I definitely have to check it out.
It's like going into Primark. You got to be picky. It's cheap, but you've got to be picky with what you get because sometimes you can get some really good bargains. So you have to be really careful and that you pick the right items because some of them is just like good for nothing, really. It's just not worth the paper it's actually written on. Definitely not. But one of my, I thought about it, but then I thought, nah. But no, seriously, I didn't think about it. But I saw this and I thought, who the hell would get this? I mean, it's a nice idea, but how practical is it for a cozy to put on a toilet seat? How practical is that? I mean, why
I want
would
one
you,
of them.
Right? And they come in an array of colours, so you can get the blue, the green, the pink, and the grey. And it's got a little, I think you can pull it off. I think that's the tagged. What do you do? You pull it off before or after? I mean, what is it used for? Why would you pull it off when you're sitting on it? Surely that's the whole basis of it, to keep your backside warm, right? But then you'd end up,
Could you imagine if you had the runs all over that?
And then you've got to drag it off and carry it somewhere.
Oh, dear.
That would definitely be a case of follow the drip, right?
Oh, yeah.
Gosh. That's a no-no. Belvedere is laughing. Yeah, I found it's on Team U, and I'm going to find out how many sales there are because it tells you how many people have bought it. Lots of people have bought this item because it flashed up on my screen, so it's a top seller.
Tell you what, got to get a pink one, definitely.
I'm going to buy one to show you on my toilet.
Question is, would you let anybody else use it?
If they want, no. I mean, it's like somebody else using your toilet. You just got. I have wipes
Take
on the
it off,
side.
innit?
You wipe the toilet often, whether I sit on it or whether somebody else sits on it. Lord have mercy, no. Per lady says you'd have to wash it after every use. Exactly. By the time it washed 2 times, it's wash out, and then it's not worth it, is it? Good idea, but no.
Do you know, I'll tell you what, who said that? Per lady said, oh, keep my wallet in my pocket, Sharky DJ. What? That's not to go on Team U. And D Brown said he should capitalize on his name to sell the quilts. Who's that?
Capitalise on whose name?
Whose name?
Somebody's name. Fet 5000?
Oh,
I
right,
don't know.
okay.
Somebody's name.
I'm
Per
sure.
lady just says no.
I would have to wash it every use. Yep. I could see Janet getting one, definitely. HBQ?
That'll be good.
That'd
would
be
def-
good. I thought we said we were going to sort something out.
Well, we did. Let's see.
We used to.
But let's talk about tomorrow. It's the comedy special. It's the first Tuesday of the month. And as usual, Rudy Liquid will be joining us on the show tomorrow to talk about all the comedy events of the month. And also HPQ would try and slide in a few jokes or two. I'll try. I'll try a thing.
You keep making promises. I've given up on you.
But to bring some sad news, and this is definitely not a joke, who remembers all the Rocky films, right? They were the films of the 80s also. Rocky!
Oh, yeah.
Sylvester Stallone, but who else was infamous in Rocky? That was the wonderful Carl Weathers, who passed away last week at the grand old age of 76. Do you remember Carl Weathers, the black chap that was fighting Rocky? Remember he came on in all his American Splendor
yes,
to fight Rocky, and Rocky took him out, and then he fought back, and then they became friends afterwards.
Yes.
And then he died coming back to fight, I think it was Drago,
Mm-hmm.
Dolph Lundgren. That was his name. You've gone on mute, Mr. Sharky DJ. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Dolph Lundgren, when he went on to fight. Everyone liked him.
Yeah.
He was Swedish. I think he was Swedish.
Well, you know what? I never knew too much about the film, so I can't really talk too much about it.
Creed. That's it. Per lady said Creed.
Can't talk, you know. But yeah, I was never a big Rocky fan, you know. I watched a couple of them, but I couldn't really tell you too much about them, about the film. So,
well, anyway, Carl Weathers was in the film, right? And he's died at the age of 76. So just send your condolences that if you don't know anything about the film.
condolences going out to Carl Weathers, whoever he is, the guy in Rocky.
You know what, Mixclouders? Tell Sharky he's really sad for not watching the Rocky films, because I don't know who hasn't watched Rocky. I can't believe you not watched the films. Tell him he's sad. Per Lady says she likes boxing. She knows. Jahari Audio says, Sharky, love from Boston, MA. My show is called Mixed Signals Radio. Okay. And First Lady says she's never watched Rocky. First Lady and Sharky, you disappoint me this morning. You've really, really disappointed me.
Do you know what? You know what it is, right? I mean, I used to watch Muhammad Ali and some of the boxers, but I've never really liked boxing in terms of, watching people bash this, knock each other out and all the blood. And, so it was just never something that I really, boxing was never really me, to be honest with you. So it wasn't something that I was really interested. But, I have watched it, but I couldn't tell you because, I never paid attention that much. So.
Yeah, I'm no boxing fan. I don't like the idea at all of people beating each other to a pulp, all in the name of sport.
I mean, even now I have a problem watching boxing. I mean, I might go and look because when people talk about it, but I don't really know, a lot about boxing, to be honest with you.
I don't like it at all. I don't understand why people box. They all come away
Money.
with head injuries. They all have Alzheimer's in late life. They all have cauliflower ears. They all have mash-up noses. But they do have one redeeming factor that women will cotton on to, and that is money.
Money, yeah. I mean, one of the boxing that really kind of got to me, and Frank Bruno, when he sort of really took some battering, and you could see the change. And then obviously you look at Eubanks now.
Mad as a hatter now.
It's mad, I mean, it just kind of, just something that I just can't really get myself into. Sorry, guys. Hey, HPQ.
Hey. Lovely track from the person that sent that.
VIP
now,
Boogie, VIP Boogie.
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh, was it VIP Boogie that sent it?
VIP Boogie, yeah.
Oh.
He just sent it to me just now.
Oh, thank you very much, VIP Boogie. Thank you. Why didn't I get a copy of it? Is it only just Sharky
Just
DJ?
Sharky in it.
Favoritism VIP. I'm telling you. Now, there's a story about women can't park All right, there's always teasers and
That's true.
memes and all sorts of things. Let's not talk about male and female parking, Sharky DJ, right? So anyway, so they say that there's an issue with women and not knowing how to park. So one such country has tried to make it easier for people to park into bays because reverse parking, parallel parking, whatever it is, people have difficulties in navigating the car. With the systems that we have in car now, it shouldn't be difficulty when you've got the rear back uh, cameras, and it lines it up for you. It goes, you can go into the curve, everything. It shouldn't be difficult so long as you can follow the curve, right? Should be able to park in, parallel park or whatever. But some people still have difficulties getting their car in a bay. It's squashed in between two cars. So one such country has made it quite easier for people to park. And people have called it a genius idea. Genius idea. So what they're saying is putting two columns in between the spaces so people don't overlap. Allows a good space in between the cars. When you're opening up the door, when some people park too close to your car and it scrapes your door, you come back and you don't know how you've got a knock on your door. Well, this is it, man. But you know that people are still not going to park properly anyway. People will do
That's true.
what they want.
But we've got car parks like that here anyway.
Okay, so this is in Tasmania, in Australia. If we've got car parks like this, then they should be nationwide, I think.
Should be, yeah. There are car parks that are like that already. I think if you go to place some of the major car parks, some of the airports have got car parks like that as well.
Well, it
Some of them,
depends
not
because
all.
this does take up space, and it's all about mass
My
and it's all
money,
about
money.
profits. I mean, look at aeroplane seats. Before, you used to be able to get comfort and stretch out your legs. Now you are cramped up to the minimum amount of space that you are allowed, and even the seats have got smaller. You used to be able to. I mean, those seats used to be quite spacious for me because I'm quite small framed. Now I feel like I'm just sitting in the seat. So any bigger people are going to have a problem, right? But do you think, and there's always been that argument for people to say that if you're bigger, you should be paying double the fare or not.
No,
That's
no.
such a controversy, isn't it? They should be accommodating for everybody, no matter your size. Tall,
Yeah,
bigger, more voluptuous, smaller frame, children. You can't be just
yeah.
picking and saying, well, we only fit seats for this size and we're not accommodating for anybody else. That would be saying, like, we don't bother with the disabled or we don't bother with any kind of people that need some kind of help. I don't know. Well, talking about help, let's talk about this year. Now, the nicest thing about this time of the year is the fact that when I opened my eyes at 7 o'clock this morning, it felt like dusk was upon me. It's starting to get a little bit more brighter in the mornings.
It is, yeah.
It is, but it's not getting brighter for the rest of the year because it's a little bit of doom and gloom because everything's going to rise. Now, this is the last month for those of you on direct debits for your council tax. This is the last month of paying your council tax before you go into a little 2-month lull because the direct debits are spread over 10 months, not 12 months. I hope everyone knows this. And the direct debits for your council tax stops in February, March, April, I think, or maybe just March. You have a little bit of a lull. Or is it January? Sorry, January is the last month. So February, March, there's no payments to come out. And then we're going to be hit with our bills come towards the end of February, what our new council tax bill is. Now, we all know they're set to rise. So be prepared, people. I feel like I want to pay mine off in one lump sum this year. I don't want to see over £200 come out of my account every month. I don't want to see that. That will hurt me. I'd rather just pay off in one lump sum if I can. But the other thing that is rising are our water bills. They are rising above the rate of inflation. Okay, they're expected to rise by 6% in England and Wales, up £27 on average. And they're saying next year we'll see record levels of investment from water companies to secure the quality of our water. But we do know that companies have been fined, Thames Water quite recently, for the quality of their water, sewage spillages, old pipes. What are they doing with our money that they get from our water? Millions
They're
of people
paying.
in
They're
this
paying
country.
the directors and the CEO. They're paying all those people. They're getting bonuses. That's where our money's going.
Well, let's have a look at our water bill increases, exactly where they're happening, right? How they're changing. So we can see where are we going. We look at the most Severn Trent, which is where I'm covered by. 2023 is 411. It's now going up to 438, a 6.6% rise. Haleford, Diffrid, or wherever that is, that's in Wales. They've seen the biggest rise of 19.6%. Thames Water have only seen a 3.3%. You're damn right they should do, because their water quality has been terrible. Southern Water is up by 11.9%. People that are under
What they got in that
Southern
water? Gold?
Water, I don't know. Wessex Water is also the highest with 12.1%. I have no idea who United Utilities is. Sounds like it's coming from the Emirates. But yes, and Yorkshire Water with 6.1%. So this is how all your water bills are going to be affected for 2025. And we see who's the biggest payer. Wessex Water with 548 a year for their water. Mine would be 438, Thames Water 471, Southern 479. There is an increase in your bills. Try to pay it off in a year. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not paying it off monthly.
Pay.
They're saying, yes, Per Lady said towns are flooding. But before you go, in fact, play a track, because when you come back, I've got a website where there's lots of help about water, what you can do to save water, and a whole load of free goods to get. And we'll come back to that after this.
Okie dokie.
I'm going to have to get a link to that one. I do like that. Now, before the track, I was talking about water bills are set to rise. Now, what are we going to do? There's too much money we are spending on bills, but there are ways to save water. So I want to ask people these questions before I come on to these savings that you can get. Now, when you brush your teeth, do you leave the tap running?
When I brush my teeth, no.
So some people, and I know this because I've got some family with me, and I'm watching them brush their teeth and leave the tap running. Where do we get that from? Why do we leave the tap running when we're brushing our teeth? Lots of people don't rinse in between. You wait till you brush it. Some people do, or you wait till you brush your teeth and then you rinse out your mouth. But you leave the tap running constantly
So that
during
you
that
can
time.
wash your mouth out after. That's why
So
people
why don't
do
you just
it.
switch on the tap when you need it? So you're wasting all that
That's
water for
exactly
2 minutes
what I
brushing
do.
your teeth.
Yeah.
And then, so for those of you that run the tap when you're brushing your teeth, stop doing that, especially if you're on a water meter, because all of this adds up. The same way, and I have a real bugbear about this, when people wash up with the tap just running constantly. Why? There's a bowl in the sink. You fill up the bowl, you put some dishwater in there, you wash up. When that water gets a little bit dirty, you change the water over again. But to constantly having that tap run for the 10 minutes or 15 minutes you are washing up is wasting a significant amount of water compared to just rinsing out afterwards. Rather than running it constantly for 10-15 minutes, pumps up your water meter. Stop doing it. Use a bowl, people, as well. Now, also in your toilets, for those that are lucky enough to get the 2 flush buttons, they are there for a reason. If you do a number 1, the top button needs to be pressed because it's a lower level flush. It doesn't need that powerful flush to get stuff down there, unless you've got like gravity defeating Wii or something like that. I don't know. But you press that number 1 button, and the second one is for, I think it's that way round. You'll have to test and let me know. But
Which one? You're talking about the big
on the
one or
toilets.
the big one or the little one?
I'm not.
Because there's two. Because in the circle you've got the big one and you got the little one.
I think the little one is for low level flushing and the big one is for high level flushing. So, and also they turn around and say, don't flush your toilet when you go just normal toilet at night, flush it in the morning, rather than wasting water for every single flush. Those for you that are not too fussed about that, or if you're just living by yourself, there might be no need to waste that amount of water. But also on that, Per Lady says, me and my boys have wars when running tap when washing up. Listen, Per Lady, I don't understand it. I don't understand the running the tap, washing up constantly, because you're always washing up liquid because it's going nowhere. You can't get those suds around anything unless you soap up the sponge. So put the water in a bowl, people. You're wasting it. If you had your water meter in front of you, like the gas meter, and saw how much money was pumping on that water meter, it might make you change your mind. Because if you have a water meter, you are charged for that amount of water. Forget those annual bills. Those are approximate for those that don't have it. If you have a meter, you will be charged for the water you
Definitely.
use. So there are some tips there, but also I've got to give you guys a great site. It's called getwaterfit.co.uk. I'm going to put it into the chat. Okay, log on to this website. What you do is you put your postcode in. It will ask you a series of questions, like how many times you flush your toilet, how many toilets do you have, how many showers, how many bathtubs, do you have a dishwasher, do you wash up by hand, all these questions. You'll have about 12 questions. Once you answer those questions, and so long as your water company is part of this deal, it will then bring you onto a shop. Okay, and this shop is free. All these goods are free. You can get shower heads. There's a series of shower heads that you can get. Also, there are, I've got that saving device on my sink where
Yeah.
you put the knob on and it turns into a shower spray. They've got that for free. They have got about 10 different sorts of devices that you can shop and get for free from this website to save water, especially from these water companies inflating our skin. Inflating the prices. I was just looking at skincare. That's why I said skin.
I was wondering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, there's some other products on here also. I don't know if they're all for free. I'm going to go through it and see what I can get. But I know that I've got several different devices coming along. No, these bits aren't free. But yes, if you go onto the Get Water Fit website, I'm going to put it in there. And I'll come back after if Sharky plays another track and I'll tell you what you get as well. And I'll put the
Okay,
link
so there
in
you go,
also.
guys. Lots of information right here on the GY Radio show, the Breakfast Flight show. Make sure you follow Sharky DJ, follow House Party Queen on Mixcloud, and you get the updates and everything that we have on offer.
We're definitely back. We're definitely back. Now, just before the track, I was talking about Get Water Fit, and I put the link into the Mixcloud. Please take a moment to do the survey. And just to let you know what I got as free, I got my order confirmation, and it's at 0. I got for my free devices, I got a regulated tap twin pack. Okay, I got toilet leak detection tablets. I got a 4-minute shower timer because they're saying you should take 4-minute showers. That will save you water as well. Don't stand. The other thing, don't come in my shower and stand under the shower for 10 minutes like you're in a hotel and water's free. Do not come as my guest and come in my shower and stand in there for 10 minutes like you're not paying the water bill. Wash your skin and come out. Right? Don't have these guests that want to take advantage of your good shower, especially if it's a downpour one or a jet stream one. I have people taking a few liberties, and I need to put a stop to that. I'm putting that timer in the shower. Any guest that comes along, it's a 4-minute. I'll be, shower's over. Get out. Get out. Get out. We're saving water. 6% on my bills. Get out the shower. 2 minutes. I'm getting a 2-minute timer. You better just shower down, wash quick, shower off, and come out quickly. Anyway, I've got a regulated shower head as well. I've got Armorflex pipe lagging, so I can have some lagging around all my pipes, and one of those kitchen streams, which is one of the tap things that I sent. So I've got all these products. Net total 0. No, oh, we can't see that. No money. So, like I said, Get Water Fit, right? Jump onto the site. You can choose what you want. I just chose everything because I just wanted everything for free.
DJ Say, he says, wow, 4-minute showers. Love that.
Yeah. And why? Do you do like 2 minutes or 10 minutes or 15 minutes? Listen, when you're in your house and it's by yourself, I can take as long as I like because I think I'm paying for this and I can. It's only one person, so a 10-minute shower is fine, right? That can count for 3 people in your house, or 2 people, or 1 person, whatever the case may be. But when you've got 3 or 4 people staying in the shower 10, 15 minutes at a time, that's money pumping. I've got my water meter, so I'm going to get like a copy of my water meter and put it in front of them. Look, it's whirring around, people. Come out. Come out. It's time.
Oh, dear.
And Pearl Lady says, I do that to my sons. Only me can have 10-minute shower. Plus, you know that, Pearl Lady. It's your house. You're paying the bills. You do what you want. I always say I'm the ruler and the commander of the land. I have the last say. If you don't like it, you can leave and start paying your own bills. And I've seen those adverts, and on a last word very quickly, because I'm chatting away, those TikTok adverts where the parents come to stay at the kids' houses. I think you spoke about it one time. They come in, they just switch on the light as they open up the door, they fling their shoes down right in front of the door, drop their coat on the floor, fling themselves down on the couch, open up the fridge, drink straight from the bottle, drink it down, leave a little bit and put it back in the
And
fridge.
put it back in the fridge. I don't you just hate that? That is, I don't know where people get, why would someone do that? I don't get it.
If you're going to leave some juice for someone, at least leave a cup, not like a little swallow. The little dregs in the bottom that you think, why? It's not necessary. Pour the whole thing out and buy the bottle back. Not leave the empty bottle. That's just plain rude.
there was a funny sketch someone recorded where the parent went round to this his son's brand new flat or house. It was all nice and neat and clean and tidy. And he went in there and he jumped all over the seats. He drank the same thing. He did all the same thing. Jumped up and his son just stood there looking at him. And then he ran back in and kind of ruffled the house up and just looked at his son and walked out.
Listen,
he got his revenge. I would do that. I would definitely do that to my son.
Put my feet up on the table, put the plate on the floor. You know, all of that stuff. Verona says, my son is in the shower for 30 minutes. My son would get 2 lashes or have to leave the house if he was in the shower for 30 minutes. There's absolutely no way. No way. You're good. You love your child. I love my child, but there's bills to pay. 30 minutes? No, hell no, hell no. And no wonder you don't want a water meter. Yeah, they will sting you.
I don't have a water meter, so I can leave my water running as long as I want. You can have the shower for 2 hours if you want. I don't care.
No, Verona. You know, throw a soccer punch. You know what I mean? If he's in there after 5 minutes, just doof. Yeah, knock him out.
Too much wasting gas. Too much gas wasting. That's the point. Actually, didn't think about the gas now.
Because you have to heat that water, right?
Yeah, look, Mary says, look, my husband's the same. He lives standing under the door, but he pays the bills, right? Mary, does your husband pay the bills?
If
he pays the bills.
If you pay the bills, no problem. No problem.
Exactly.
Stand under there
what are you complaining for? I'm sure he pays the bills.
Yeah. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna leave a tip box in my house by the shower, right? For those people that spend longer, I'm gonna be like, tip the box if you spend longer. £1 for every extra minute you spend in the shower. Don't be standing under the shower because you're cold and you want to warm up for 10 minutes. No.
Turn
Turn
the water off at the stop pipe. Could you imagine? Or you know what? Even better, right? Just turn off the hot water. That'll do the job. Just turn the hot water off.
Do you know what I used to do?
You lot are evil, you know. You're giving evil advice. You're supposed to be giving good advice here.
Do you know what? Do you know what I used to do as well? I used to get a bowl of cold water and fling it on them hard, you know, if they're staying in the shower too long. I used to do it to my son all the time. We actually used to have that as a practical joke. That would come in and throw. If you left that bathroom door open, you're getting cold water over you at some point. You don't know when it was coming, but it was a surprise. But Mary Kick says, we both pay the bills, but I'm there waiting for him to get out so I can do my quick shower. How is that for equality? What? Hello? Does he pay all the bill then? I'm expecting that if you've got to wait for him to have his 20 half-hour minute shower and you're in 3 minutes or so, I hope he's paying for all the bill. 'Cause I wouldn't be paying for the water. It's about equality now. Damn it.
Yeah.
Damn it.
D-Brand. Donald, he says, like, he's in and out in 3 minutes. 3 minutes in and out of the shower.
What? You know what? That's about average time for I can clock that. I can get out of bed, get in the shower, get my makeup done, get out the house in half an hour flat. Half hour flat it takes me. And cream my skin and everything. Put my wig on, do my hair, whatever I need to do. I have a shower. My shower is purposeful. I wash my skin. It doesn't take me 10 minutes to wash. I don't have lots to wash and get under, in, out, netherings. Yeah. I mean, wash down, give my skin a good scrub and come out.
I'm the same because, I mean, obviously, a lot of time I might get out of bed about 1:45. I'm in the shower by sort of 10:02, and I have a shower and I'm out and I'm setting up my computer to, you know, everything just jump on the computer. So around about 4 or 5 minutes, I'm in the shower, you know. Every now and then I treat myself to a long shower, but, you know, I'm in and out. I don't like staying under there too long also.
Yeah, especially if I'm cold.
Can't believe we're talking about staying in and out the shower this morning.
It's for real, man.
But yes, it's reality, isn't it? When we the things that we do in life, and we don't realise the amount of money that we can actually save if we don't take advantage of ourselves.
And the funniest thing is, my son was looking at my smart meter. He's like, "Oh yeah, Mum, is how much you spent today? Like £5.36." I said, "Yeah, it's only 2:00 in the afternoon too."
By the end of the day, it's like £25.
You know what I mean? That's 2:00 in the afternoon, and you know my heating's been running. Mum, it's cold. Can we just have the heating on all day for 7 days? I said to him, so imagine, right? That's like £5 as it is now. So say it goes up to £8, right? £8 a day times that. 8 times 7, do the maths. Is it 56? 56, 56 times 4 in a month. That's just over £100. And that's just me, just running it, just low level.
Yeah.
It adds up, man. It adds up. Adds up, people. Just beware. When you come to people's yard and you're cold, bring your long jumper. That's all I can say. And your socks.
DJ Seti says, I have a back pain. I need 45 minutes. Have a bath then, DJ Seti. Sit in the bath. A nice hot bath. That's the better thing to do.
Get some hot stones, a massage. You know, when you get those hot stones on your back do that, man. 45 minutes in the shower. That's probably why you got the back pain. You're standing up too long, love.
You're so wicked.
Let's play a track.
Plenty going on holiday and all sorts. And don't forget, Ayia Napa also in May is going to be we're going to be on as well. That is going to be fantastic. There you go.
Why am I laughing? Why am I laughing? Because I'm watching you read out all the ads and you're trying to dance to the track, right?
I'm dancing this.
And we got the Princess Ball. And you're trying to listen to the music and dance, and I can see you just like, I just want to dance to the tracks, cracking me up. I'm just like, read it, stop dancing. But I could see what you were doing.
I was rolling off the top of my head.
Do you know what it was, right? That track,
just dancing.
That track is one of them tracks where you just kind of like wanting to play the drums and everything.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Get my shimmy on down in there, you know, but it's too early for that, people. But I tell you what is too early for, but I don't care. It's the Breakfast Flight Show, and we are reading the news, and we've got to bring news from everywhere. Now, a dog sitter was caught on house security for trying to have sex with the 6-year-old Great Dane. Not even a dog, a Great Dane.
Dog sitter, you know.
The dog, while the owner was on holiday, he's avoided prison though, but he was caught on camera, right? He was house sitting a 6-year-old dog in Southampton whilst the owners were away. But they had installed a security camera to keep an eye on the house. Obviously, they've got security cameras inside, probably hidden cameras. And the 12-year-old daughter, I think it was reviewing the security footage and came across this man trying to have... Now, a 6-year-old Great Dane. I'm going to have to get a picture of a 6-year-old Great Dane just to see what this dog looks like, because it's a big dog, you know? Great Danes are not small dogs.
They're not tiny.
And this man is trying to, as the 12-year-old said, trying to penetrate the Great Dane. So, people, if you are house sitting for people, please don't try and penetrate the dogs.
Or cats.
Now, apparently the dog has been jumpy ever since the incident. I'm trying to read this with a serious face. The dog has been jumpy ever since the incident and always looks sad. I feel sad and angry all the time, is what they're saying. You know, it's completely ruined the dog. And her daughter's birthday. Now, he told probation services that he had drunk 10 glasses of spirits and 2 beers on the day, had used cannabis, and but had not touched drugs or alcohol since. I don't think you should, mate. If you're trying to have sex with Great Danes, there's an bigger issue than the cannabis and the alcohol, right? I don't know. Don't know what else you were on. Some mind hallucination drug. Maybe the Great Dane looked like Camilla Parker Bowles. I don't know. Member of the royal household you had a fantasy wish for.
Or it might look like Prince Charles. What do you reckon?
It looked like something that he had an affinity for. But he's been handed a 2-year community order, including requirement to complete 2 hours of unpaid work and 40 days of rehabilitation activity. Certainly, hopefully not with dogs. At the
I was going to say at the
least.
doggy home.
Oh my gosh, what people do trying to have sex with a Great Dane. Why would people do that? Now, some good news. Sugar Sweet says, dog needs what is that? Compensation. Yes. The dog does. I wonder if dogs can get compensation rights. You know, they get everything else when people advocate on behalf of them. Now, Miss Sugar Sweet says he must have been smoking Mamba. I don't know what that is, or MDNA. I think you might be trying to write there. MDNA, I think so. That mad thing that sends you a little bit crazy. Like that 2 couple that they always put in the newspaper. Do you notice that? About them killing the baby, by the way. Sorry to change the story slightly. But the woman's name was Constance, and it was a black gentleman. Now, she's obviously hooked on some serious drugs. And they always in the paper because the baby they've been to court quite recently and been found guilty of killing the baby, which they did. They just left the baby in kind of depraved conditions because of their obviously what they were on. But they always, in the papers, they always say aristocrat Constance and then this guy's name and killer or whatever his name is. So they're making her look all lovely. She's an aristocrat. So she was obviously led on by this man. She couldn't have done it by herself and she wasn't the one to lead. But it's just the terminology that they use there. But anyway, let's go into a different story. D. Brown A. King says they should lock him up at Battersea Dogs Home with the Rottweilers. You know what? They should lock him up with. What's those dogs that have been banned quite recently? The
Pits.
X something. There's a breed called the XLs or whatever they are. Lock him up with 4 of them. Make sure you don't feed the 4 of them. Put them in, be a little bit aggressive with them and then put them in with them and see if he's going to do anything with them. Seriously, yeah, a couple of wolves as well. Shove them in there for good measure.
A couple of wolves as well,
Ex-bully. Thank you, Jack's happy, And if he wants to go, a different mileage, put him in with some polar bears, grizzly bears, see, let him do his thing, go for it. Anyway, let's come off dog stories. Doggy tales.
Doggy tales. Tales of the dogs.
Tales of the dogs.
Do you remember that? Remember that series that used to come on, Tales of the Crypt?
Or Tales of the Unexpected, I thought you was going to say.
No, Tales of the Crypt, I think it was. Or is it Tales of the Unexpected?
There might have been both. I definitely know there was a Tale of the Unexpected. That film, the woman dancing.
It might be Tales of the Unexpected, actually. Right? And I remember talking about dogs. There was one time where this guy was horrible with his old station dog. He was just a horrible man. And, this dog will bite up everybody and that. And the only person that this dog didn't bite was the man himself. And one day they managed to trap the dog in some house or something, in some, they managed to trap the dog anyway. And then they didn't feed the dog, as you said, for weeks. And the man, they managed to get the man, because he was just a horrible person, put him in this room and they let the dog go. And when the dog saw the man, the dog was so hungry, it didn't care, it just ate the man. So yeah, like what you're saying,
Fair's fair in love and war. Now, I got to tell you this story. I didn't tell you this yesterday, and it just reminded me, talking about animals. Now, yesterday, I've got my son here, I've got my dad here, and I've got my sister here. So we're sitting downstairs. I'm in the kitchen, and I could hear. In fact, I was in my washroom, and I could hear my cat meowing. Annie was meowing quite loudly. I'm like, what's this cat meowing for? Sometimes she does that. Then all of a sudden, I hear my sister shout, "There's a mouse!"
No
What?
way.
So Annie has brought a mouse into the house. Obviously, she's appreciative of everyone's there, and this is the first time she's ever done that since where I've moved from, and she doesn't do it very often. She's brought a mouse in there, so I come running into the passageway and see this mouse. She's trapped. I've got some shoes in the passageway. The mouse is running in between the shoes. This little tiny mouse, and it's like this. And Annie's just standing there, ready to just slap it. So my son's gone into the front room and shut the door. My sister's gone way back yonder into the kitchen, and I'm being ushered forward, like, deal with the problem. There's a mouse there, you deal with it. So this little mouse is running around. Now, I've gotten to the age where I'm just, like, not scared anymore. I used to be scared of mice and spiders and everything. I just embrace them full on, roll up my sleeve. HPQ's coming to the rescue. Got, like, one of my little plastic tubs. Mm-hmm. Chasing this mouse for around. Me and the cat is vying for this mouse. Cat's trying to chase it. I'm trying to back the cat off. Andre's still locked behind the door. My sister's like peeping from the kitchen. So I've trapped the mouse in this plastic tray. Right, as soon as I've done that, slipped an envelope through because it was a little bit unflexible. Everyone's coming out and telling me what I should be doing and how to carry out this mouse. Suddenly everyone's out. Nobody's behind closed doors anymore. Put this there, do this, do that. Instructions flying left, right and centre. And I'm like, back off everyone. I got this. So I went and got a piece of card, slid that underneath. And then I've picked it up. They all shoot back again like the mouse is going to jump out. Cat's trying to run out with me. I'm shuffling through the door, fighting through the door with the cat, and I flung the mouse outside. I didn't want to kill it, but I kind of think I killed it when I put the lid down, so I had to try and trap it. So I felt a bit bad because I didn't want to kill the mouse. It was cute, actually. I nearly trapped it and kept it as a pet, but Annie wouldn't have had it, and my sister wouldn't have had it, and my son would have never come back into the house again. And then, on top of that, my son's like, you've got to disinfect everything, Mum. You've got to disinfect everything. Right, you've got a mouse in your house. That means your house is bad. I said, Andre, right? Rats come into your house when your house is bad. Not mice. Mice get brought in by the cats, and they don't want to be in there with cats. I can assure you of that. So then I had to mop the whole floor. Everyone's standing back, like wiping down shoes. Oh, it's crazy. It was crazy yesterday. It was crazy. The mouse game, two big people, and I got left to deal with the mouse. Play a track. I need to breathe. I need to breathe.